This is my viral Roblox game. It has over 150 visits and so far I've been getting a lot of positive feedback on it. Hey yo, wait, stop, no! Okay, never mind. Everyone hated it. We need a plan. So my plan for today is we're going to create the biggest update ever so I can get rich. I'll be adding a new zone, checkpoints, game passes, points and more. Let's get started. I stole the acid water from the own zone and made it blue crispy water. I added this platform and coloured it green to match our theme. I then scattered some grass coloured borders around the platform. If you didn't know, the first area of this zone is going to be beach themed. I added sand dunes and palm trees and decorated the sand with lots of greenery and rocks. How lovely is that? I also added our mountains in the back. The first obstacle is disappearing parts, so I added these boxes that disappear whenever you step on them. I know this script is very inefficient, but hey, at least it works. I added a platform on the end, and that's the first zone done. The next theme is forest theme, but I decided to build it with my Discord. Here's how it turned out. If you want to hang out, watch me build or code, or socialize with other people who are fans of my channel, join my Discord. Link in the description. We also do events for Robux. By the way, I didn't model these trees, I just yoinked them from Bargenet's Discord server. For the obstacle of this zone, I added a bunch of logs that sway back and forth, and the player must jump on them to complete the stage. I did this by making a simple tween, and making the log's linear velocity the same as the distance that it's gone to. I don't know what that even means. With that, the forest section should be done. I once again expanded the border, and you guys remember the barn that I made in this video? Yeah, I just joined it and put it here. I can't believe this was the first thing I ever made in Blender. I put these mud patches that serve as soil, and placed a lot of vegetation and a carrot to make it seem like an actual farm. I scattered more of these around, and that should be the farm section done. Now for the obstacle. I made a bunch of these platforms and made it so that you can jump on one, but the other you'll fall through, just like that Squid Game thingy. I split it in two to make it easier for the player to memorize which ones they have to go on. Alright guys, so after some extensive thinking, I think I'm just gonna delete this section of the thing because it's gonna get a bit too repetitive for the players, and instead I'm gonna put some wall wraps here. With my new insights, I placed down a platform and I did lots of wall jumps. For the last zone of this map, I yet again expanded the border. I'm getting sick of this. I scattered cobwebs and changed the colour of some of the borders since it's the abandoned zone, and then scattered a bunch of pillars, mats and pots. For the obstacle, since it's the last one, I wanted to make it super hard, so I made a stud jump stingy. Don't worry, it is possible, I think. I then finished off the border, and with that, the new map is complete. Oh, Jamscoop messaged. Yo Smidget, I was playing your game, right? And it's not polished at all. Fix it up, bro. Not polished? I'll show you polished. That's what I like to call polished. Alright, jokes aside, we actually have work to do. I hopped in Blender and made this ugly portal frame and put it into the old map. I then made this script that detects whenever the teleporter was touched, checks if the humanoid root part was the thing that hit it. If it was, then it changes the C-frame of the humanoid root part to the location of the location part. It works, by the way. The next thing on the list is the checkpoint system. The first thing I did was made a leader stat that creates a folder inside the player that's called leader stats. Inside this leader stat is an int value, and the value starts at 1. Then, whenever the character is added, such as when it dies, if the value is greater than 1, then it will move to the position that it needs to go to. Last but not least, I made sure that all this happens when the humanoid hits the checkpoint, and I made it so that you can't skip checkpoints to prevent cheaters. I did all this with the help of Zionix's video. Make sure you subscribe to him. And just like that, my update is finally complete. Now, I can finally rest. Oh, come on. So Smidget, you polished your game. Now add some game passes, cause what's a game without game passes? And then you get rich. maybe that's not a bad idea. I hopped in Adobe Illustrator and made this beautiful cash icon. It's just a bunch of squares, but hey, it looks good. I then added a black border to it, put a circle with a gradient and an outline, and stuck it on top. I think it looks pretty good. I then imported it into Roblox Studio. In Start GUI, I added a screen GUI and put an image button inside. I then pasted the ID of my image, and now we have a first piece of UI inside of our game. I plan on having 2 game passes, one for 2 times jump speed and one for 2 times walk speed. Yeah, the game's gonna be pay to win, but hey, who doesn't like a bit of money?
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!
I hopped in Illustrator and made these 2 icons, a feather and a lightning bolt. I then cooked up the shop GUI, which actually looks pretty good, and I made these 2 frames for which the game passes will go on. Here's the final result. I think it turned out pretty well. Now we have to script the game passes. I started by making a script that opens the shop whenever you click this button. I also made it so that the X closes the shop. I then made these 2 simple game pass icons and uploaded them onto Roblox. I then made a script so that whenever the button was clicked, you get prompt a game pass purchase. I also did this for the jump button too. Here's how it looks right now. I then made a script that detects whenever the game pass was bought and changes the walk speed or jump power depending on what you bought. If you buy the walk speed, you'll go 2 times faster. If you buy the jump speed, you'll jump 2 times higher. I gotta stop saying jump speed, it's jump power. I did this by connecting a function to whenever the player was added, checks if the player owns the game pass, and changes the walk speed depending on what it is. I did the exact same thing for the jump power too. This one took me forever, because I was writing jump power instead of jump height. And just like that, whenever you load into the game and you own the game passes, you'll be faster or jump higher. Totally not pay to win. Alright, so now that we've updated the game, I'm going to quit. I plan on working on bigger and better projects in the future to try and expand my skills. If you want to play the game, the link is in the description. And at the time of recording this, we already have 300 visits. It was at 150 at the start. That's crazy. By the way, don't force yourself to buy my game passes. They're just there for content purposes. And maybe to get a little rich. But anyways, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya!